Buckle up for another episode of Ghostfacers, a supernatural rewatch podcast. My name is Richard, and sitting shotgun, as always, is my brother in podcasting, Reed.
Buckle up for another episode of Ghostfacers. My name is Richard, and sitting shotgun across from me
You're
is
a bad duplicate.
Listen, man,
Are you fully baked?
This is my first time duplicating.
What's it like in there?
Hey, what's it like in there? See, I fucking nailed it.
Yeah, you're doing a great
I
job.
know everything about you.
Yeah?
What's this like giant void at the center of your being?
Let's get into it.
Ghostfacers! We're facing ghosts, but others will not. We're ghosts! Ghostfacers! Stay in the kitchen when the kitchen gets hot. Ghostfacers! We're facing nightmare, we're facing dread. Ghostfacers! We're facing faceless, we're facing dead.
Welcome to Ghostfacers. Today we're discussing Season 7, Episode number 6, Slash Fiction.
Ooh, slash fiction. That's a little sexy.
Yeah.
Do you know what? I actually have something to commemorate how sexy a title that is.
Oh, okay.
I have something I want to give you. I have something I want to put inside you.
Oh my God. Oh, sweet child of mine.
Here.
Oh my. How did I not see this? Sitting there. Thanks for giving me a cream pie, Reed.
Yeah, like an actual cream pie. What I love about it.
Yeah, an actual cream pie.
What I love about it is that it's not a banana cream pie, it's a banana flavored cream pie, which makes it sound more like cum.
Yeah. So I ate a bunch of bananas.
I ate so many bananas. I ate a bunch of fucking banana flavored circus peanuts.
Yeah, I really preferred your pineapple flavored one.
So there you go.
Thanks for filling me up with your cream pie.
So there's a it's a cold right now cream pie. That'll warm up once it's in you.
Yeah, no, I'll leave it out.
Yeah. Yeah, you can put this all over your face.
Oh, that's wonderful. Yeah,
Yeah.
I can't wait to go down on this cream pie.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I'd like you to suck the cream pie out of this container.
Jesus Christ.
I was out and about. I saw that. I couldn't resist.
No.
The joke was too good.
Yeah, no. Yeah. And then you like pointed to it and like winked at your wife and she was like, never.
Oh no, I winked at the guy working behind the counter. I was like,
you're like, hey, are you a fan?
Sell many of these?
Yeah.
He's like, not at the front of the store.
Yeah. Yeah, I prefer the chocolate ones.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's too far.
Yeah. This is
Everything else we've said has been fine.
This is a family show.
This is a family show.
Yeah. So one time,
In that it's a show about family.
yeah. One time I went to a concert and got to see Guns N' Roses.
Okay.
That's slash fiction.
Oh, because you never went to the concert?
Yeah.
So it's made up.
Yeah,
Right,
yeah,
okay.
yeah. And then I fucked Slash.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Welcome to literotica.com.
Yeah. He saw your pubes and you were like, welcome to the jungle, baby.
That's-
You're going to die.
And then it was choose A if you want
I'm going to shut it. Get down on your knees.
Yeah. A if you want to try to convince the bouncer. B if you want to try to slip past the bouncer. That's literotica joke for all my kids,
Wow.
children of the 90s.
Wow. You might want to close your eyes because here comes the cold November rain.
Yeah, there you go. Wow.
Yeah.
Not hot November rain.
No, it's cold.
Yeah, right.
Ice cold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Slash fiction.
Do you have an appetite for destruction? I call my dick truction. Do you have an appetite for destruction?
Chinese democracy.
Yeah.
All right. This episode aired.
Yeah, he put his full Chinese democracy in it.
It's crussy. Democracy. Jesus Christ. This episode aired October 28th, 2011. Written by Rob Thompson,
Oh, man.
So
I thought
close.
it was going to be so smooth.
Yeah, no. It's actually Robbie Thompson, but I tried to, you know.
God, that would have been great.
Yeah.
You almost had to give me your heart and make it real.
Whoa.
Let's forget about it.
It was directed by John F. Showalter and viewed by an estimated 1.474
Hey, that's all right.
million viewers. Last week,
1.74 is respectable.
we were in the 90s last week, but still, like, not disrespectful.
Right.
For sure. Let's watch the promo for Slash Fiction,
Sure.
which they took a swing on, for sure.
Yeah, that's a hard thing to type into Google. On its own, kind of a fun promo.
9/8 Central.
But not at all the tone of the episode.
29 or 2 for 50 for all my Detroit fans out there.
You know what I mean, though? Classic supernatural promo.
Yeah.
Just like totally off tone.
But I feel
from
like
the show.
we're past this type of promo by now. Like,
But not if the episode was like a more wacky thing about clones or something. Like, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But that's not how this episode plays.
Mm-mm.
So for them to be like, I don't know. It's just a weird tone. I don't like it.
fair. Yeah, I didn't like it either. It's definitely not as sexy as this promo should be.
Not as sexy as some of this episode is.
Truly, yeah. Hell yeah. Well, let's get into the international titles.
Sure.
So, Slash Fiction.
Yeah, I mean, that can't be a phrase that translates. It must be something else.
But also, let's talk about what Slash Fiction
sure,
means,
because
right?
in English, slash fiction is usually like erotic fan fiction.
Yes. So, also known as M/M, which is
Right.
where it comes from.
Right.
Or slash fic, is a genre of fan fiction that focuses on romantic or sexual relationships between fictional characters, specifically of the same sex.
Yeah.
There's a long history.
A lot of Kirk and Spock slash fic out there.
Absolutely. But yeah, that's the slash actually comes from the M and M.
It would be illogical for you to top, Captain. Yeah. Fascinating.
You're long and I'll prosper.
Jesus. Good Lord. You're long enough. Fuck. I'm prospering, Captain. I'm prospering.
Oh, what's the big test that they have to do in the Vulcans?
What, the colon R?
Yeah, the colon R.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, instead of the ponfar, the mating thing, it's the poonfar.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Hell yeah. Oh, we've fucking nailed this. Yeah, baby.
Oh my god, we've got slash eroticism, we've got cream pies.
Do you think we can't do Guns N' Roses and or Star Trek slash fiction?
We have broad sensibilities.
Yeah, as long as it's porn, we can do it.
As long as it's upsetting, we're good.
Yeah.
But there's a long history of fans sexualizing the brothers in this show.
Yes, sure
and,
is.
And other characters on the show, placing them in writings having same-sex relations. So they're sort of winking at the audience in this show from doing that, for sure.
Yeah. It's been a little while since we've had a winky kind of episode.
Totally. All right, so we've got 3 titles.
Okay.
Starting.
Our standard 3, I'm assuming.
Of course.
France, Germany, Hungary.
Absolutely.
Because everyone else has really dropped the fucking ball.
Truly.
Where are you at, Brazil?
Brazil, capoeira.
Capoeira.
So we're
Brazil.
starting with Hungary.
Oh, okay. We're starting with Hungary.
That's right.
Is it called like Evil Twins or something like that?
No, but you're on the right path, but a little bit more broad.
Okay.
If this was, if there was
Double Trouble.
if the word Northern was in this title, it may be a store for moms in the 90s to buy clothing.
Oh. Like Evil Reflection or like Mirror Image or something
it's
like
Reflections.
that.
Yeah.
Man, Northern Reflections.
Yeah, you knew where I was going.
Remember fucking Northern Getaway?
Yeah.
For kids? Hell yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Very niche. Very, very niche.
Yeah, here's for you, one audience member.
Did you grow up in southwestern Ontario in the 90s?
Well, then we've got
Did
comedy.
you go to the mall a lot with your mom?
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, any other?
My mom worked at Northern Reflections.
Of course
for
she
a bit,
did. Yeah, of course. Next title, the German title.
The German title is it just like Doppelgangerin or something?
No, it's not. It's a thing that I'm sure they were working on at some point.
Oh, a final solution?
No, that I'm 1,000% sure that they were working on that.
Sure. Right. Yeah. Fair. Sure.
That's well documented.
Right. Understood.
Yeah. No, the German title is much like Star Wars. It's Clone Troopers.
Oh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yes.
Clone Troopers.
Or Klonkrieger.
Right.
Yeah.
A different Bobby calls them Execute Order 66 idiots.
Yeah, and then Dean goes, "You mean 69?"
Nice.
Yeah.
Executed Order 69. The Emperor misspeaks, and across the galaxy, all of the forces of the Republic start going down on each other. Shit. Execute Order 69. All right, well, you heard the Emperor.
What? What are you? Oh,
This is my Star Wars slash.
Oh no! Nice.
Roger. All the droids watching.
No, that's slash fiction. Roger. And the final one, the French title.
French title is like a Dark Reflection or something like that. Through a Mirror Darkly.
No, that would make sense.
Okay. Wait, hang on. Is it called? Is it about something different? Like, is the theme of the title not the same as the other two countries?
No.
No, as it is the same as the other two countries?
I'm sorry. I'm actually reading the translation and reading the actual French, and I'm realizing that the translation may not be accurate enough.
I mean, I guarantee it's not. But is it talking about the same thing as the other two titles?
Yes.
Okay. Shoot, because there go some of my other guesses.
Yeah.
Cleaning products.
Yeah.
It's just called Bad Boys.
No. So the French title, the translation is like if a really nerdy guy tried to be cool and saw something sexy.
Oh, okay. Accidental erection.
No. Certified accurate.
Wait.
Rather than saying like nice.
Oh, yeah. Certified accurate.
But the French actual the actual French title is copie conforme, which is not.
I can never hear it through whatever accent you're doing. Can I see it?
COPIE.
Yeah, copie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got that part.
Yeah. Conform. Like it's conform. Yeah, it's C. Yeah, it's CONFORME.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, the accurate copy. I'm assuming. It's
sure.
It's the translation.
More or less.
Fucking asshole.
Certified inaccurate.
Well, listen, you go copy conform, and then you go. You don't understand what I'm saying to you.
Yeah, unlike the fucking regular marble mouth French. Anyways, featured music from this episode.
Oh, c'est quoi ce bordel, quoi? Je vais tâtonner grave ta tête.
All Out of Love by Air Supply, obviously. Great moment.
I was so surprised by so many moments in this, but especially that this was this episode.
Yeah.
Because that's a clip that comes up on my TikTok all the time. And stuff like I also fucking love Air Supply.
Of course you
And
do.
that song written by Jim Steinman, famous songwriter behind Meatloaf.
Oh yeah, that's always the thing is if you can hear
I
a song,
love a Steinman jam.
if you can hear a song and assume that Meatloaf could sing it, it's probably written by Jim Steinman.
It almost certainly was a song Meatloaf could have sung if he wasn't feuding with Steinman.
Yes, exactly. Like
almost every song that Steinman wrote that Meatloaf didn't sing
is because they were feuding.
It's just because they were arguing and he didn't want Meatloaf to have it.
Yeah, because it's like you could absolutely hear Meatloaf singing this song. Meatloaf probably
is the background turn around on Total Eclipse of the Heart.
Really?
That actually is Meatloaf.
Wow. I mean, here's the thing. I think Meatloaf could have been a bigger artist had he not gotten in his own way and gotten in arguments with Steinman.
I mean, Meatloaf's still enormous artist.
No, I know, but like,
Like-
not as big as I think as he could have been.
Possibly, but I mean, also like
I don't know many
Bat
people.
Out of Hell was like the top selling album for like 5 years or some crazy shit when it came out.
But I don't know that many
Like-
people that know that much Meatloaf.
Yeah, but like
No. That can't. It's not everybody else. It's not the kids who are wrong.
I know, but if you polled a bunch of kids, I bet they also don't know a bunch about the Beatles and shit either. So like just general like young people knowing is not the
I
barometer
bet they would
of whether
know
or
more
not you had
Celine
success
Dion.
in the moment.
I bet they would know more Celine Dion.
And that's the failure of our education system.
Again, it's the kids who are wrong.
Yes. No, it's the children who are wrong.
All right, TV Guide describes this episode as Sam and Dean are cloned by two Leviathans who go on a killing spree as the two brothers, which lands the real Sam and Dean on the FBI's most wanted list. Meanwhile, Bobby tries to find a way to kill the Leviathans.
Yeah.
It's a pretty succinct.
And accurate.
Yeah, and not really spoiling anything.
Yeah. It's
For
good.
sure. But before we talk about today's episode, why don't we open up Dad's journal and learn about some of the real world lore?
Yeah, let's see what the lore says about doppelgangers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I barely know her.
Yeah, so it's a step up from a doppel threesome.
Yeah. A Doppel 69er.
Execute Order 69.
Nice. After you're done with the front side, do the dark side.
Commander Cody's just like, General Kenobi, let me handle that lightsaber for you.
Oh, why didn't
Does
they?
a half cartwheel.
Why didn't they ever have like a special character on Tony Hawk be the Emperor, and then you could be like, "Come to the dark slide."
Yeah, it would be worth it for that.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, your friends on the half pipe will not survive. This skate park is fully operational.
Oh my god, there's too much.
So doppelgangers refers to like a duplicate, an identical copy of a person that isn't related. So like twins aren't doppelgangers.
Yeah.
That's not what that means.
Do you ever find it
Doppelganger
hard?
doesn't just mean any duplicate.
Do you find it hard to not say some words in French? Because like duplicate and like words like that.
Oh, not stuff like that, but there are some ideas that make more sense in French than in English. So not like the word duplicate where I go like a duplicat.
Because
like
it's like almost there.
it would be easy to pronounce it that way, but that's not where I get hung up.
Okay.
You know where what it is for me is it's words like there's a word in French which is diriger, which means
There's no like real good word in English for
they're
it.
all approximations. Diriger is somewhere between the idea of managing, directing, coordinating, like
sure.
guiding.
Yeah.
but diriger like means it.
Oh, okay.
And so sometimes I'm sitting in a meeting and I go, "What you really need is someone to dirige the." I like shit like that happens to
Sure.
me all the time.
That's very
yeah. So doppelganger is a German word meaning double walker or double goer.
Sure.
The term began being used in English in like the late 18th century and early 19th century. And its English application is almost exclusively like paranormal.
Oh.
Not exclusively like spirits or ghosts or whatever, but that it's eerie. To see it like you wouldn't the idea of doppelgangers was always a little like creepy, a little eerie, a little unnatural. They're generally considered to be bad omens, possibly even signifying your own death. In some lore,
Or that you're in the Matrix.
well, that's deja vu. That's not doppelgangers.
Sure.
You fucking
Maybe it was
idiot.
two of the same cat. I don't know.
What a dumb thing to say. So angry.
Sorry, I'm gonna go down on this cream pie.
Yeah, I'm gonna execute Order 69
on this cream pie. I'm gonna eat it from the top and the bottom.
Sorry, tangent. Just because I'm thinking about that.
Uh-huh.
You sent me a TikTok video that made me laugh so loud at work today. I was
Which
listening
one?
in my headphones. It was the one where he just starts singing Piano Man.
Oh,
He's making love to his tonic and gin. But when it comes back, he doesn't sing the lyrics. He goes, he fucked his drink right in front of me. He just keeps going off about
making love to his tonic.
Yeah.
That is a great.
He took his sweet time and climaxed in a line.
That's right.
I was like, Jesus. I laughed so fucking hard at work today.
It's one of those things too where someone's like, "What's so funny?" and you're like, "Oh, nothing."
Can't talk about
no.
Fuck, yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's
it's
like-
right in what I find funny.
Yes, I know.
It's perfect. So in some lore, the idea of the doppelganger is that each person has a sort of like spirit duplicate. And they're
Sure.
actually largely invisible, but there's a sort of wraith or ghost-like spirit double of you.
Yeah.
If you see them, then it's a bad sign because they're supposed to be invisible. They're supposed to be kind of wraith-like. So seeing them, it kind of
like an
implies
omen.
the like 1 foot through the veil,
yeah,
like your
yeah.
death is imminent or something like that.
Yeah.
They're essentially a form of wraith, but only for people who are living. So they're different from just being a regular ghost.
I really need to get a wraith whistle,
No.
just in case something happens.
Dostoevsky wrote a book called The Double about a man who encounters his doppelganger wraith. And there's something in that book about like he is kind of like a failure in life, but the doppelganger is like succeeds at everything he fails at and eventually kills him.
That's
And I think
basically-
replaces him.
That's exactly the like concept for that Paul Rudd Netflix show.
What
where-
show?
Oh God, I can't duplicate or something. I can't remember.
Oh, really?
There's a show basically where he the concept is like, oh, it's almost like The Prestige kind of. It's like where you go into it is exactly The Prestige. You basically go into this like health spa and they kill you and like get another version of you that's slightly improved.
Oh, right.
But except for that he doesn't get killed, they accidentally keep him alive.
Oh, okay.
And so then he goes home and realizes that this other version of him that's better than him is home.
Oh, interesting.
But yeah, so it's
Interesting.
yeah, it's a good concept.
In ancient Egypt, they had the idea of the Ka, which was like another kind of spirit double. Again, like yes, yeah. But I was gonna say more of a spirit than just like, oh, a person kind of looks like you.
Sure.
Unlike the modern doppelganger mythology, though, the Ka was an exact double, including like your personality, your likes, your dislikes, your beliefs. They were like an actual full duplicate. They weren't an evil twin or a mirror reflection or a sinister version or anything. In Finnish mythology, a doppelganger spirit known as a Etiainen, which means first comer, was a
Of course, that's what the Finnish.
first comer Finnish mythology. I'm about to finish mythology right now. They were a double spirit that you would see them as a sort of reverse deja vu. Like they would be doing a thing you'd be about to do.
Oh man, last night I totally did a reverse deja vu,
Give her the old reverse. I don't know, man.
which they came again. Hell yeah,
Yeah, is that what that means?
yeah.
I don't know that I want to
I
explore it too
finished
much more.
twice. Yeah.
But yeah, so there's in general the doppelganger idea is that they're more kind of like a spirit. And if you see them, it's bad, juju.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
There you go, doppelganger, baby.
Now I feel like I know her. All right. Well, with that, we can get into today's episodes, which always start with the then, which we get. Oh, baby. Our favorite.
Oh, hell yeah.
Fucking Jody Mills is back.
Listen.
With the longer hair, looking like an absolute smoke show.
Listen, spoiler alert, Jody's in this episode.
Yeah.
Also, she looks so fucking hot.
Yeah.
this episode.
Unspoiler alert. So fucking hot.
I wish I was Bobby.
Yeah. I would hope she would.
Yeah. Let's just say I spilled my borax on the floor.
I'm gonna bleach.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jody Mills is in this episode, and so
Absolute
we're getting some previous episode of her when she was in the hospital.
Yeah.
And
Because we haven't really checked in with her since all of that.
But again, a character that we're now seeing more and more of, and are going to continue to do so. We're also getting glimpses of course, the Leviathan
Yep.
consistently throughout the
We
season.
see Chet getting like witchcrafted at the end of the last
Yeah,
episode.
we caught Chet
Again, we get a fucking shot of Dean killing
Amy.
I couldn't tell if something happened to my TV or not.
Okay.
In this, then, is that shot in black and white except for her eyes, which go red?
Oh, interesting. I didn't.
There was like an effect on just that shot
interesting
in the then.
I don't remember.
And I was
that.
like, did something fuck up with my TV, or did they, like, why are they doing that?
Yeah, that's weird.
Like, only that shot, black and white, and her eyes are red as he stabs her.
Maybe that's because someone is taking over her mind currently.
Listen. Fucking save it.
No. Subscribe to the Dr. DC
Subscribe
Patreon.
to the Dr. DC Patreon.
Yeah.
Because we're going to fucking blow our Picard load tonight.
We're going to make it go.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that brings us into the now. Starting with Dean and Sam.
Let's just say I'm about to open a channel.
I was like, I knew you'd have one more.
Yeah. I'm in my ready room.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, any?
Engage.
Okay, cool. So, Dean and Sam walk into a bank. Dean tells his brother to trust him. He then goes to the counter and flirts with Megan, the teller.
Yeah.
And, like, she is fucking...
Also a smoke show.
I've had this encounter once in my life.
I remember this.
Yeah. Where, and there's not, for some reason, a bank teller hitting on you is, like, the best feeling.
I mean, specifically a bank teller, not
Yeah.
just like having...
No, that happens all the time, but, like, bank teller...
Oh, well, isn't life charmed?
Yeah. So charmed.
Yeah. Thank you for putting a plant in front of that, by the way.
Oh, oops.
I like that.
You know why I did it? Because I keep having interviews in front of it.
Oh, is it not appropriate to have that hung on the wall?
No, it's appropriate to having on the wall, but not necessarily for all the interviews. Once I get the job, they're going to be looking at it. That's going to be my
I
screensaver.
also work in town.
Yeah, you do. I mean, clearly, you get to work.
Sorry, but specifically having a bank teller. So what is it about a bank teller hitting on you that's better than just other attractive people
I know,
hitting
because
on
they
you?
control the money.
They don't really control them.
I know, but in my fantasy, they do.
Okay, all right. Is like in your head, is it like I could use this to my advantage? Is that
Maybe?
what you were thinking?
Maybe? I don't really know, but it feels good.
If I sleep with them, I get all the money.
Yeah, maybe.
Wow.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
But Dean asks for change for $100.
Yeah, he's like, I don't have an account here, but could I get this
you make an
change?
exception?
And she's like, I can make an exception for you.
Yeah.
Let me just bend down and get the change for you.
She's
She's like, how do you want it?
Yeah, she literally says.
I mean,
it was hot as
it's
hell.
pretty hot,
I
yeah.
was like, fuck. I was like, let me.
Yeah.
How can I count the ways?
That's what Shakespeare would have wanted.
Yeah.
I mean, he was pretty body.
Hell yeah. See, Dean and Sam then pull out guns and tell everyone to get into the vault.
Yeah. They're shooting up. They go, this is a holdup. Sam yells, your money's insured, so nobody be a hero, and
Yeah.
this will all be fine. Get in the vault. They all pile in, and then Sam and Dean just fucking execute them.
They order 66 them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they order 69 each other.
Hell yeah. Slash fiction. Welcome to this episode.
Yeah. I remember back then Supernatural rejected my spec script.
Yeah.
But used the core concept.
Yeah. So weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boo.
Yeah.
My version of slash fiction was a lot different from what aired.
Yeah. Still had a splat before the intro.
Yeah.
Let's just say I don't wasn't blood.
Jesus.
But they make sure that it's all caught on camera.
Yeah. It's pretty fucked up, too.
Absolutely. And that's our cold open for this episode. Yeah. We then go to the hidden cabin where Bobby is injecting the captive Chet with various substances to get him to talk, but nothing seems to affect him.
Yeah, Chet, Bobby, injects him with something, and then Chet goes hints of holy water, a smooth finish. He's like, it doesn't do shit to me, baby.
What I wouldn't kill for a smooth finish.
Jesus. And he... Are they difficult?
No,
there
just
are a lot of
not
obstacles.
No, just not smooth.
Oh no!
It's a chunky finish.
Jesus Christ! What the fuck? What the fuck is wrong with you?
So they call me Captain Crunch.
Good Lord. Oh, God, just a bunch of crispy fried onions.
Yeah, I knew you could always make it worse. It's my boy.
Chet is like, you better, I'm having a great time here, but you better figure this out because as soon as this witch's spell wears off, I'm out of these fucking chains you got me in.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
When Sam and Dean arrive, Chet informs them that Edgar is still alive.
Yeah, because they're talking about, like, nothing hurts these guys, nothing kills these guys. We're going to have to drop a car on them. And he goes, oh, like, Edgar's fine, by the way.
Yeah.
He got up. He got back. I thought you were dead. I got better.
Yeah. He explains that he tracked them also using a pattern recognition software and the knowledge of their aliases they obtained from Castiel's mind.
Yeah. So, like, when they we learn a little bit more about how Leviathans work in this episode. One thing is that like immediate download of all information when you possess someone. Whereas I feel like we've gotten a sense from demonic possession and stuff like that if you have strong enough will, you can fight back. You could keep things from them or whatever, you know? But Leviathans just learn everything
immediately,
right away.
Got it all.
And also we learned that like all they need is the slightest whisper of DNA to shapeshift.
Well, keep away from
And they don't just shapeshift, they also get your knowledge and memory. Like, implying that memory is a genetically transferred.
Which isn't not necessary. I mean, which isn't.
There are some arguments for some aspects of genetic memory, but not, like, it's not like, if I pulled, like, a hair out of my beard today and, like, cloned it,
sure,
it wouldn't know how my day went.
Sure.
You know, like,
absolutely.
Although, sorry, I do
you
just
sample those bed sheets, though.
This idea, though, I should bring up, ties back to the doppelganger thing a little bit, because in real life, there are people that are unrelated that are, like, spitting images of each other, right?
Yeah.
Which means they have a lot of genetic similarities.
Yeah.
But the research has found that also goes down to, like, even some personality similarities.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's things tied, like, they might manifest one way physically, but there's also, like, if you look the same or you look mostly the same, there's a stronger likelihood that you also, like, act similarly.
Really?
Not, you know, it's not 1-to-1 or anything, but there is, like, an element of that. So it's kind of funny that there's, like,
well, that's
that sort of idea is sort of in the episode anyway.
But Chet also informs them that he's the least of their concerns.
Yeah.
And tells them to watch the news.
Yeah, and they see that, like, there's a manhunt out for them. And the TV is like, they were thought dead.
Yeah, exactly. And they've realized that the Leviathans have duplicated them.
Yeah.
And Chet calls out that they were able to because they got some hair samples from a shower drain.
Yeah.
Sam figures the Leviathans are trying to discredit them. And Bobby says that they're going to have
how do you discredit people that are presumed dead?
I mean, yeah.
Like, who cares?
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like,
Bobby says that they have to stay in hiding rather than going after them. The brothers insist on dealing with their duplicates.
Because it's personal.
Yeah. And so Bobby sends them to Frank Devereaux.
Yeah.
An old friend.
Yeah.
So the brothers head for Frank's and stop for gas. Sam goes inside to get food and realizes that the cashier has recognized them from their newscasts.
Yeah.
He, like, walks into the back and, like, grabs his phone and, like, is acting really weird. And then Sam realizes.
Sam, like, looks over the counter and sees the guys, like, watching TV.
Yes.
And their clip is up. And so Sam, like, runs in and goes, like, oh, they made us. We got to go.
Before the police show up. So we then see FBI agents Morris and Valente arrive at the bank shooting. But get word that Sam and Dean have been spotted over 1,000 miles away and head out to investigate.
Yeah.
Dean and Sam then arrive at Frank's. The house appears deserted and the door is unlocked.
Listen, I shat on Samuel and his, like, base of operations.
Sure, yeah.
Last season. But this is the real enemy of the state.
Yeah, absolutely.
Whatever.
Great movie, too.
Great movie. This is the real, like, there's a true Faraday cage in this house and all this kind of shit. This guy's, so they go in and they're walking around and they're like, is anybody here? Is anybody here? And then there's like,
Looks like the spider caught some flies.
And it's the fucking like first mate from the Pirates movies.
Yeah. Also, this is
Gibbs. Is that what his character's name is?
Yeah,
in
this
those?
is also a quote from the pawn shop owner Zed in Pulp Fiction. There's a few Pulp Fiction references in this episode.
Interesting.
But yeah, we get Frank Devereaux, who figures that they are the real Winchesters and not the doppelgangers.
Yeah, because you made amazing time from California, and
he immediately is so willing to like accept crazy shit. And when they say that Bobby sent them,
I like how he plays this in general,
So
where
well.
he's clearly paranoid and crazy, but also so paranoid that he's like, well, you're obviously the real ones.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
he's not just like, how do I know you're the real ones?
He's
like,
smart
He's
and
like, oh, I can tell that
crazy.
those are the fucking fakes. The government's been cloning for decades.
Yeah.
You think I can't spot a clone? You think I don't know what makes my best friend's surrogate sons come?
yeah, that's what he said.
Yeah.
Here, taste some cream pie. But he does such a good job at like playing this type of character. I love Frank Devereaux.
I also like that, they're like, Bobby sent us, and he goes, and he immediately
first
cocks the gun again. It's like, and it is funny. He's like, everyone that knows Bobby owes him a favor and dislikes him.
My guess
like,
is
it
also
was true with Rufus. It's true with like everyone that we meet that knows Bobby.
Yeah, dislikes him. But I also think there's a component of it too, which is that like if this is attached to Bobby, like they could be demons, they could be anything. Because it's like if he knows Bobby, there's a good chance that whatever happened between the two of them was supernatural in some sense. And so
There's an interesting implication though in this episode that Frank doesn't believe in the supernatural.
yeah, that's true.
That he worked with Bobby, but Frank's thing is like science conspiracies.
Yes.
Cloning, aliens,
Government.
government stuff. And Bobby is like, well, it's a demon or whatever.
Yeah.
So
Because he even says he's like
they like work together. It's like, well, we both think the other is fucking crazy.
yes. Yeah, which is very funny. Yeah, Bobby is kind of the Frank of like the real like supernatural stuff. He then takes them into his workshop where he has dozens of monitors turned into the internet. The brothers ask for help, and Frank says that he can wipe all of their IDs, but they'll have to stay out of sight of any security cameras, and insists that the government is monitoring them all.
And cash only.
Yeah, and he's like, speaking of cash, he demands $5,000.
Well, he takes Sam's laptop and smashes it and then gives him a new one. He goes, you owe me $5,000 cash.
Yeah. Bobby, at this exact same time, is also continuing to try to find something that'll hurt Chet.
And it's not working.
No. Chet warns him that, as if the spell wears off, that he's going to be able to break out. Bobby then just gets annoyed enough that he decapitates him, and he's like, well, at least I can
And the
decapitate
head doesn't
them.
do anything, and he's like, well, that's a start.
Yeah. He's smart enough to know that it's not going to work, but he's like, at least I've got a little peace and quiet for a few minutes.
Yeah.
The next morning, Frank gives the brothers a list of banks that their duplicates have already hit.
Yeah,
he's like, I can't see a pattern.
Well, it's a map, and he's marked it out. And he's like, so that you can see the pattern. And Sam's like, what is the pattern? He goes, I don't know. I can't see it.
Yeah.
I also kind of like this about Frank. He's like, it's so you can see the pattern. What am I doing your work for you?
Yeah,
now?
exactly.
It's like, he's pretty good, yeah.
Sam thanks him, but Frank says that he's sending them to get killed. He's just like, you
Yeah,
guys are
it's
idiots.
Like,
Like,
thank me for fucking what?
yeah. He's like, I told you guys to go to like Costa Rica or something, like go to Cuba. Like, do not go after this. He also warns them to lose the Impala because the duplicates are also using one,
Yeah.
which Dean takes specific offense to.
Yeah, Dean's pissed off.
Sheriff
Because now
Mills.
they have to drive some shitty car, and they can't use Baby. Baby's, retired for now.
Nobody puts Baby in the corner.
Yeah, which he says in a later scene.
Yeah. It's Swayze. It's fine.
Swayze gets a pass.
Yeah. Sheriff Mills shows up at the doorstep with beer.
Oh, va-va-voom.
Mm-hmm. And tries to thank Bobby as he invites her in. She wonders how he's doing given that his house has been burned down, but Bobby insists that he's fine.
Yeah.
Mills
She's like, let me make you dinner or something. Let me be helpful.
Oh my God. I got a few things you could do.
Oh, that flannel shirt.
Uh-huh.
It's like right in my wheelhouse.
Oh, is it? Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
A fucking carbon copy. Speaking of doppelganger of your wife.
Yeah.
Yeah, she plays hockey on the
like
weekends.
in charge, authoritative brunette.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Big
Yeah.
fucking surprise. Who's not going to put up with your guff?
Huh.
Oh. Who knew that was one of your things?
Interesting.
Don't you think I know what makes my friend come?
Yeah. I think we're going to be all right.
Here, have a cream pie.
That's for you.
Oh, thank you. Can we enjoy it together?
No. I want that entire thing inside you.
Oh my God. Yeah, I think that'll be easy.
Oh, Jesus.
Mills offers to cook and he agrees and then goes downstairs to check on Chet.
Yeah, and the head is like just reattached itself.
Absolutely. And Chet says it's not going to be that easy. Bobby agrees.
It's kind of too bad we don't see the interim stuff of
a bit like
how the head gets up. Just like, or like a snail, like
yeah,
like up the side of the
Truly.
chair. Like
it would have been really funny.
it would have been funny, yeah.
He discovers the head has reattached itself, and Chet says it's not going to be that easy. Bobby agrees, but says that's a start, and then decapitates him again.
Which is funny.
He's just like,
He's
yeah,
like, come on.
like how long did that take him? And it immediately does it again.
I mean, it's the first thing that even slows them down.
Yeah. Dean and Sam then drive off in a new car, but Dean isn't happy the baby's locked up. Sam finally realizes that their duplicates are hitting the towns that the brothers originally worked on after they had gotten back together.
Yeah.
They then decide that they're going to need to head to St. Louis, the next town on the list.
Yes, that's right.
See me in St. Louis.
And Sam puts on the radio. This is where All Out of Love comes on. Sam's like, sorry, I'll change it. Dean's like, no, it's probably the only thing on the radio right now. And he starts like rocking out to it. I like this moment,
But like, don't know why it's in the episode.
but it bugs me that it's not a bonding thing.
Yeah. It just sort of is there.
Like, what is Sam's problem with it?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Sam seems like he would love Air Supply.
Sam should be like, oh, it's fun. Like, Dean likes this. I actually like this song
Yeah,
too.
it's kind of like the Postal
But Sam
Service.
is like, Air Supply. Like, come off your fucking high horse, Sam.
Yeah, truly.
Bullshit.
So we then cut to the duplicate Sam and Dean eating at the diner that is Dean's favorite.
Yeah, sorry, just a second here.
And they're discussing
Wait, I said.
their original issues.
I said, wait.
You actually prepared?
Oh, well, I had, and then it scrolled. So give me a sec here. Do.
So in the first
Hang on.
of the diner
I
scene,
said, hang on.
you're gonna fucking kamikaze this the episode.
So you might as well just wait.
At least be prepared.
I was prepared, but then it like
The computer did it.
Yeah.
It sounds like a you problem.
Listen. Okay. Here we go.
So quiet.
It's time for the supernatural sandwich segment.
Wait, what?
It's back, baby.
What?
The supernatural sandwich segment.
What the fuck? But that was the pie segment.
No, it wasn't. It ends with a sandwich. This was one of the last sandwich drops that we had, baby.
Okay.
Today's I'm nicknaming today's sandwich segment "Eat Me in St. Louis."
Jesus Christ.
I looked up the best burgers in St. Louis. I thought we could talk about them.
Sure. Is that the Juicy Lucy? Is that a St. Louis thing?
I don't fucking know. What, do I live there?
It's your fucking segment. I'm just trying to
Yeah, and I
participate.
got a list.
Okay.
So, there's the newcomers from Intergalactic Burgers. It's a basic double smash burger. They
69
prefer the
burger.
full-on assault of the Big Bang, an explosion of cheddar, cheese, guac, bacon, fried egg, red-hot aioli. Pair it with waffle fries. Loaded waffle fries, that is.
Oh, my God. Cool.
Here, at AJ's Smashed and Smoked, a double smash burger through the garden, and a side of cheddar bacon ranch fries, please. At the Golden Hoosier. You'll be tempted by the sandwiches and specials, but the specialty there is smash burgers. What did somebody execute order 69?
I already made that joke.
Well, I think it's better when I did it. The South Sider is topped with white American cheese. It comes with rosemary Parmesan fries. Pretty good. So, burger joints. High Point Drive-In. A place called Layla. Stacked Burger Bar. Bailey's Range. There's gourmet burgers at the Twisted Tree Steakhouse, Planter's House, BC's Kitchen, Cleveland Health, Brasserie by Niche, Olive and Oak, Truffles, Tompkins Riverside. I like this one because they talk about having a bacon onion marmalade and a black garlic mayo.
Cool.
Why are you being like this? You like food.
I know, but we're talking about restaurants in St. Louis.
Yeah, because the episode goes to a restaurant.
I know, but
in
we're not
St.
even
Louis.
talking about our own preferences. We're just literally listing off sandwiches and food in St. Louis.
Yeah.
Which is maybe like relevant to,
Cobalt
like
Smoke and Sea.
one person.
An enjoyably quirky eatery that makes, no surprise, a delectably offbeat burger flavored with duck fat. Pretty good. There's a place called Polite Society. Corner Pub and Grill.
I'm
Three
glad you
Kings
did
Public
this.
House. Grace Meat and 3.
This is great.
If you're going to St. Louis, hit up any of these or more. And there you go. That's the Supernatural Sandwich segment. That was Eat Me in St. Louis.
Yeah, a website that you could have just searched sandwiches in St. Louis and probably.
But
clicked
now
the
you
first
will
one.
because I brought it out. You fucking like poo-poo negative energy piece of shit.
I'm so glad that we brought back the sandwich segment for this.
This was good.
I mean, I guess it's as good as any of the other sandwich
Maybe
segments.
just, like, I don't know like who hurt you, but just have some fun.
You did.
And I'll do it again.
Oh, yes, please. Beat me in St. Louis.
It's easy. Jesus.
So, Sam and Dean are sitting at this diner, but it's the
I guess I
duplicate.
could have still just said meet me in St. Louis.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
The meat is the burger.
Yeah, but then you would have to be like MEAT, which maybe it's a written out thing more than it is a said thing.
I could have still done it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Inflections.
Yeah. Meet me in Meet me in St. Louis.
100% American sandwich.
Great smash burger.
The crush burger, they're very nice. So the duplicate Sam and Deans are talking about their originals issues.
It is funny. Like I know they're the duplicates and they don't give a shit.
Yeah.
But they're just sitting in this pub.
Yeah.
Like Sam couldn't even go to a corner store
It's true, yeah.
without being recognized. And they're just like
in the public eye.
doo-doo-doo,
Well,
you
'cause
know?
what's going to happen? Like,
Well, I know they don't care, but it's funny. Like no one is noticing. Is what I
Sure,
mean.
yeah.
It's not like they walk in and people freak out and then they have to deal with
Sure,
it.
yeah,
They're just sitting there casual and no one gives a shit.
Totally. So in the first of the diner scenes, the camera moves towards Sam and Dean, but along the way, the camera passes by a woman sitting at the counter talking. This woman is played by Jensen Ackles' sister, Mackenzie Ackles. The person she is talking to is her real-life husband.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah.
I have a question about this diner, like as a set.
Uh-huh.
Is this the diner where they kill Eve? Is this the same set?
No.
No?
No, it's not.
I couldn't remember.
Also, when the boys are conducting the robberies, they quote other famous robberies. They quote Heat, First and Second. They quote Pulp Fiction. Bobby then says that Pumpkin and Honey Bunny have already hit St. Louis later. Pumpkin and Honey Bunny are characters from Pulp Fiction who robbed the diner.
There's also a Bonnie and Clyde reference somewhere.
Totally.
Psycho Bonnie and Clyde or something.
They wonder why the Winchesters are so important, but they have no choice but to obey orders.
It's funny when they're talking like this is where
About the originals, yeah.
but this is also where you learn like that it's not just like a superficial kind of cloning.
Yeah.
Because the one playing Sam is like, oh my god, there's so much fucking demon angst.
Yeah.
It's just Satan in my head all the time.
Yeah. It's like they literally are like dealing with them.
Yeah.
Like,
And the one playing Dean is like, oh, he's guilty over fucking everything.
so funny.
Jesus.
The duplicates then tell one of the patrons to start taking video of them, and then pulls out guns and takes everyone hostage.
Yeah, they just they massacre them all again.
Yeah. Bobby calls to tell Sam and Dean that decapitation will slow down the Leviathans.
Yeah, but you gotta get close enough to do that. Yeah.
They also hear Mills in the background, but Bobby denies that he has a woman there.
Yeah.
Which is a very funny moment.
It's a nice moment, too, of them being like, attaboy, Bobby. Like, you can see, they're kind of giving him his attaboys.
Yeah.
You know? So I like that.
He then tells them that their duplicates have already struck St. Louis, and the brothers figure they're heading for Ankeny, Iowa.
Yeah, it's funny. This episode brings up the pattern of the towns they went to in order.
And the episodes.
But it's only is the idea that the Leviathans are just trying to draw them out.
Yes.
So it's a pattern they would find kind of thing.
Yeah. Exactly.
Right.
There is a funny thing though. I don't specifically remember, but I'm fairly certain that those were the episodes that airs. But there's theoretically there would have been hunts that they did in between those episodes.
That's true, but there is an aspect of the real time thing, right?
Yeah,
about a week between each episode, more or less. So they got to drive.
Yeah,
they spend 2 or 3 days in a place. It's not outrageous to be like, these are kind of the hunts in order.
Yeah.
At between seasons, or if there's 4 episodes that happen back to back to back, then you're supposed to fill in the gaps there. But for these ones, I was thinking, because I was thinking about that too, and I was like, it probably actually,
at least in
more or
first
less,
season,
works out. Yeah.
Morris and Valente arrive in St. Louis and check out the diner. They see footage of the brothers killing people, finishing up with the cameraman.
Yeah.
They then address
who was just like a kid.
Yeah. They then address the camera, saying that they're headed for Iowa. As Bobby prepares to try electricity, he brushes Chet's arm and the Leviathan transforms.
To try electricity as a means of torture or whatever on the Leviathan.
Yeah.
Bobby's not just like, I just heard about this electricity thing. I figured I'd give it a try.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
The Leviathan then transforms into Bobby with all of his memories.
Yeah.
The creature taunts Bobby with how sad his life is. And it's good. Yeah. I like that moment. I also like Bobby having the act Robert Singer or whatever the actor's name is.
Yeah. No, it's Jim Beaver.
Jim Beaver. Yes. Having to go through.
He plays Robert Singer on The Boys.
I know. It's just that's what got me confused.
No, he doesn't.
Yes, he does.
He does?
Yes.
No, but he's Bobby Singer on Supernatural. He's not also Robert Singer.
Yeah, I think he is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Sam and Dean then arrive in Ankeny and spot their doppelgangers.
They spot them, and just before they could do anything about it. Oh, sorry. No. Something happens.
They call Bobby.
Sorry, something happens in between here.
Yes.
Because
But Bobby says he doesn't have anything better than decapitation at the time.
Oh, right. Sorry. It's the next phone call.
Yeah.
Right.
Before
Gotcha.
the Winchesters can move in, the police arrive, though.
Yep.
And arrest them.
Yep.
Just as their duplicates planned.
And, I mean, God, what a rosy outlook here that the cops show up and go, come. Well, I mean, I guess Sam and Dean are white. I guess this is how they play out. Everyone deserves a fair trial.
Yeah, of course. Bobby's doppelganger tells him that he just pretends to be a cynic and that he hopes to end up with Mills.
Yeah. Well, and talking about how Bobby's rough. He's just nah, you're like a sappy, hopeful sentimentalist.
So funny.
Which I think we know.
Yeah, totally.
I think that's come through before.
The doppelganger asks why he bothers, and Bobby picks up the machete and prepares to cut him.
Yeah.
Before he can say anything, the fluid drips down from the ceiling onto the doppelganger, causing him to burn. And
he's
pain.
like, "What is this?" He's screaming and shit. Bobby runs upstairs, plants a big fucking kiss on Jody, and she's like, "Well, that's not the reaction I expected for this." And he goes, "What's in that bucket?
What's in the box?
What's in the bucket?" And he learns that it's sodium borate. sodium borate, otherwise known as borax.
Yes.
A cleaning solution, basically.
Yes.
I like the idea. Just little pause here. I like the idea that the Leviathan haven't been on Earth for so long that in the meantime, something has been developed that did not exist.
Yes.
That can affect them that
Sure.
they don't account for.
Yeah.
I love that idea.
Yeah.
It's a
weird
little
that it's
funny that it's that
Yes.
and not other acid because
Bobby tries
acid earlier. So it's not just like advanced chemicals generally.
No.
It's like this one very like it's not a problem, doesn't break anything, but it's a little
slightly funny.
It's funny, yeah.
Sam and Dean then, being imprisoned, demand a phone call. But the sheriff puts Dean in a cell and sends Sam into the interrogation room.
And the sheriff's like, you get a phone call? I think fucking not, or whatever. And then Dean's like, I'm white and I have rights.
Isn't this America?
And he's like, well, that's fair.
Yeah.
And holds up his phone and he calls Bobby. Bobby explains with the borax thing, and Dean's like, get as much as you can, chop their heads off, blah, blah, blah. Like they're having this conversation out loud on speakerphone, and the cop is like, you're more fucked up than I thought.
Yes.
Jesus.
Outside, the doppelgangers take on the form of deputies and go inside and start killing officers.
Yeah, and this sheriff like sees it, and he's like, oh my God. He's like, something about what this crazy guy said is maybe not that crazy.
Yes. He then goes back and frees Dean, who tells him that tells him to find anything with sodium borate in it.
Yeah.
The Dean doppelganger finds Sam locked up in the interrogation room and goes inside explaining who he is. Dean grabs a gun from one of the dead deputies and runs into the Sam doppelganger.
Yeah.
It easily disarms him and throws him against the wall.
Yeah, he grabs like a fire axe off the wall, which is pretty cool.
The Dean doppelganger tells Sam how much he's grown to them, and says that they could be so much more if they weren't so worried about doing good.
Yeah.
Dean goes to the fire axe, and Sheriff throws sodium borate at the doppelganger, giving Dean the opportunity to decapitate it.
Yeah.
The Dean doppelganger tells Sam that Dean thinks he's insane and killed Amy.
Yeah.
And he enjoys the look of shock on Sam's face.
Yeah.
It prepares to eat Sam, but Dean breaks in, doses it with sodium borate, and decapitates it.
And Sam is kind of like, oh, killed Amy. Well, thank you for saving me.
Yes.
Like Sam's immediately pissy. I'm saying that like I don't agree with him. Like,
no.
He's right.
Yeah, he's absolutely right.
yeah.
Might be a little bitch about it. Later, the sheriff and his daughter, the coroner, tells Valente and Morris that he got a drop on the brothers and shot them, and then sent their bodies into the crematorium.
Yeah, and they're like, already? And he's like, he's like, nothing to see here.
Yeah.
And we had seen in the previous scene that like the sheriff was like, you boys, you're all right.
Yeah.
And they're like, can you make us like die? And he's like, I can figure that out. So that's how we end up in that scene. And yeah, so then the
agent's pissed that there's no bodies, but they decide to take the easy way out and close the case.
Totally.
Mills prepares to leave, and Bobby thanks her for the help. He then says that there's one more thing.
Yeah, and he gives her the box with Chet's head in it. He goes, can you take this? And then he gives her like a little smooch.
Yeah.
It's very cute. She gives him a little smile.
That's right. Fucking Bobby don't deserve her.
Oh, man.
What world?
I know. The injustice.
As a man who's like always dating up, but yes.
Every man is dating.
Truly,
up.
Yeah. Women are the better
Have
species.
you ever met?
Yeah. Fair.
I mean, like, kind of honestly, have you ever met a dude where you thought that they were dating down?
Oh.
Or married down?
Interesting. Good question.
Ever?
Huh. I
feel like the only ones that I can name are gay.
Sure. I also feel like, yeah.
Because by the math, one must be.
Yeah.
You know?
Interesting. I feel like I've dated down a couple times, but
yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
So, anyways, the sheriff's daughter is examining the body and telling her father that it's not human. Agent Valente returns and says it doesn't matter, and then reveals that he's a Leviathan.
Yeah.
And eats them.
Yeah. I do love that mouth effect.
It's so fun.
really good.
It's kind of cartoony, but in like a great way.
I like it. Yeah.
He wraps up the corpses and then calls his boss, Richard Dick Roman.
I couldn't believe how much more episode there was.
Yeah.
We meet Dick Roman.
Absolutely.
The man at the top.
And he explains that
the one that like
runs. He's the head
that
Leviathan.
Edgar's been calling with.
Yeah.
You finally meet him. He's the head of some company or whatever.
He explains that Sam and Dean's doppelgangers were decapitated and their heads were taken. Roman figures that they can't try the same thing twice without giving things away to the media.
I like the thing where it's like, well, we could just like duplicate them again and do this again. He's like, that kind of like,
that's a one-time
they keep
deal.
Dying and coming back. That like stretches credulity a little bit, which is like also a little bit of like
making fun of the show
at the show,
so
which
good.
I think is fun.
So good. Roman then gets into the limo.
Gets in a limo.
And who's in there?
Oh, hello.
That's right, Crowley, baby.
Yeah,
Crowley's
we haven't
waiting.
seen him in a while.
That's right. Crowley introduces himself and suggests that he
brings
work
muffins.
Together. Yeah,
made of like orphan livers or
something
some shit.
like that. Yeah.
He's like, we both control large interests.
Yes.
We blah blah blah. I love this scene because then
Roman wonders why would they ever work together.
Yeah, Crowley makes this whole pitch about how they should work together, and
he's like, I opened the portal,
and Roman's like, you were doing it for your petty reasons. We're older than you. We're stronger than you. You're worse than humans. You like corrupted, like weird little monsters. I would never sully myself working with you. If you show your face again, I'm gonna fucking kill you.
Yeah, he's like, if I wasn't so busy working with other matters, I'd wipe all demons out of existence.
Yeah. You're just like, oh.
Crowley's like, cool, bye.
I like it too because you go like, well, we know what Crowley's next stop is going to be.
Yeah,
it's like,
to Dean and Sam. Yeah,
hello, Winchester.
Yeah, exactly.
Boys. You know,
so good. Dean and Sam.
It's also interesting because we kind of haven't really been thinking about heaven or hell
totally
since Cass exploded.
100%. Yeah.
And then you kind of go like, oh, okay, well that's like a threat to demons. And then you go like, hey, where are the angels been through this? And there's all these kind of
questions that are going to start popping
questions,
up.
and you're like, well, shit. Like it's a good way to leave this episode because you're like, oh fuck yeah, there's
other players on the board that we haven't talked about in a while.
Yeah.
Dean and Sam then pull over to dump the heads, but Dean soon realizes that something is bothering his brother. You know, wonder what.
Yeah.
Sam finally tells Dean that he knows about Amy, and then walks away.
Yeah, he's like, I fucking can't with you.
I can't be around you.
Yeah.
He's like,
we haven't had one of these in a while.
I know.
Since like season 4.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
Something
it's been a
like
few
that.
seasons. He tells Dean to go on without him, and Dean apologizes and watches Sam leave.
Yeah.
And that's the end of the episode.
Baby.
Oh, yeah. What did you think?
I like this episode.
It's a good episode.
I also can't believe how many things are in this episode.
But without feeling like too packed.
You know, we get the kind of like every once in a while we cycle back to like Sam and Dean are like the most wanted people ever.
It's important to
like
them.
there's that piece.
Yeah.
We learn a lot about the Leviathans, how they work, how their powers work. They're duplicating powers. We learn about the borax thing.
Yep.
We catch up with Jody. It's a great Bobby episode. We meet fucking Dick Roman. We catch up with Crowley. We set up that like the Leviathans are like so far beyond the affairs of demons and presumably even angels or whatever, right? And we only got like a hint of that before, that they were like God's first creations. And they were so insane. He was like, well, shit. Like,
whoops.
Yeah. You know, like it's Leviathans themselves are like, nothing kills us. What are you going to do?
Yeah.
You know?
Truly.
So, and even the borax thing, it doesn't kill them.
It just hurts them.
It just weakens them, and then you cut their head off, and you keep their head separate.
Yeah.
And that's about as good as it gets.
Yeah.
Which is interesting. But yeah, a fucking ton of shit happens that way. You know, I think the Amy reveal is actually well done.
Yeah.
Because it's not actually like a big moment, but we see the impact of it for like 3 scenes, basically. and it's like, yeah, we got to get out of here. We got to like save our hides first. And then Sam is just like, fuck it, like,
Yeah, I need a break.
because also, he doesn't say this, but the subtext is also like, you've had every opportunity to tell me this. Like, it's fucked up. I'd be angry no matter what. But you've also had every opportunity to tell me this, and you haven't. You just been fucking lying to me.
Like, I blatantly was commending you for not doing this.
Yeah, it's fucked.
So fucked.
So fucked. Yeah, that's all really good stuff. I think both the boys do a good job of playing the two versions of themselves.
Yeah.
I think that's a lot of fun. Yeah, the all out of love thing is fun. I don't know why Sam's such a party pooper there. Frank Devereaux,
So good.
really cool character. And then you go like
So much.
that's in this. And,
Yeah.
like, weirdly packed episode, but it there's other episodes where this happens, and then we come out we feel like it's sloppy
Yeah.
or mismanaged. I don't feel that way about this episode. It feels like super well executed, really tight, like it's a great episode. I would give this 4.5 torture injections.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't disagree with you. I mean, this is a testament to how cohesive this season is. I mean, it's so much more well paced than the previous season. Like the fact that I mean, we're talking about episode number, what is this? 6? 6, and where it's like, okay, we're just getting introduced to, we've been introduced to the Leviathan, now we're knowing who's leading the Leviathan. Like, it feels well paced the whole time.
Yeah.
There's no
it's not like last season where you had to wait 20 episodes to meet Eve.
Yeah,
or
we got
whatever.
fucking 3 different villains in the season.
Yeah.
It's so well paced. I think that this episode is really cohesive and well paced, even though it's introducing a bunch of recurring characters, new characters that will be reoccurring. The casting is incredible for Frank Devereaux. I think the casting for Dick Roman is insane.
Yeah, he's a he's a soap actor,
Yeah,
right?
so perfectly casted for him. Where it's like the idea is this what if monsters were corporate?
Yeah.
Like they even said there's a moment in this where they're
Which is the thing we liked about even the Angels with the bureaucracy kind of thing. Kurt Fuller, Zachariah. That was the thing we liked about that too. But then there's this extra angle of kind of capitalist, consumerist angle that comes up this season. That's interesting.
Which I love. And they even make a comment about Mensa monsters. They're not only just wildly violent, but they're intelligent.
Yeah, because Chet talks about heuristic algorithms.
Yeah,
and shit
because
that.
you look at the Angels, and they're not necessarily smart, but they're corporate. The Leviathan are smart.
The Angels dress businessy, but you learn that what their thing is they're soldiers.
Yes.
Right?
Exactly.
They follow orders.
Yes.
They do not balk. They don't blink. They just do it.
And the Leviathans there's a component
The
of soldierism,
Leviathans
but
have a little bit more of a kind of it feels like that kind of greedy capitalist thing of we'll get our way. We'll
Exactly.
get them. We'll take out our obstacles. We'll sneak in here. We'll place ourselves in positions of power.
much more strategic.
Yeah.
Which I love.
It's a lot more sophisticated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love Jody. Love Bobby in this episode. Love the 2 versions of the boys.
Love the 2 versions of Bobby.
Yeah, really, really well executed there. Like Order 69.
Yes, of course. Nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
I think that, this is a great episode. I think that there is a lot that happens. There's not I think the storytelling is well done, but it's not necessarily it's not an episode I would return to.
I know what you're saying.
I think it does a lot of really good work and it's well done. But it's not like an episode that I'm this episode.
It's also not an episode I would just drop someone into.
No.
It's not actually a good one and done.
It's
but
just
it's
a good
great episode in the context.
It's a good glue for the season episode that well sets up the rest of the season without actually having to worry about it being just exposition. They
Totally.
have a thing that happens. So I'm gonna give this 4 out of 5 smash burgers.
Hey, nice.
Because I pay attention to the sandwich segment.
Yeah, you fucking better, man. I do this for you.
Really? Because I'm very adamant about not liking it.
I'm doing this for you.
Yeah, it's like when I buy my partner a barbecue for their birthday, and I'm like, "This is for you."
Yeah, it's Homer and the bowling ball, baby.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But before we go, we've got a note from a fellow hunter.
All right, hit me.
From Leah, who says, I haven't heard all your podcasts, so this may be already addressed, but Jensen chose the name of Zeppelin, which we've addressed before, like his love for classic rock and things like this. But Zeppelin was actually chosen because of the umbilical cord was tied in a knot of the twin, but was loose, so no danger to the child. There is a knot called the Zeppelin bend, and that's actually the reason for the name.
That's right.
But that was the note. Very respectfully from Leo.
I can't remember if we talked about that on the pod.
I don't
or if
think
that's
we
just
did.
something we've. Talked
I think it's
about.
something we've talked about, but I think we've talked about Zeppelin before, but never, but more in the context of like classic rock. And
Yes.
stuff like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought that was a nice note.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's
Thank
great.
you, Leah. If you want to continue the discussion about Dick Roman and all the exciting things that are going to happen this season, you can have that chat on our Discord.
That's right. If you go to patreon.com/ghostfacers, for $1 a month, you get access to Angel Radio, our awesome community Discord server. We're having fun chats. People over there are super nice, and it helps to support us.
That's right. Also, if you want to be like Leah and send a note about a past or future episode, you can reach out to us through ghostfacerspodcast@gmail.com or send us a message through our various social media platforms.
That's right. We're at GhostfacersPod on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Don't forget to subscribe to the podcast and wherever you get it on the internet. And while you're there, why don't you give us a 5-star review? And if it's not on Apple Podcast or Facebook, we probably won't get a notification. So just make sure to take a screenshot and email it over to us. We will read it on a future episode. Also, if you want to be a sandwich slut again,
Yeah.
because that's back, I guess.
Yeah. I'm thinking it's back,
People keep asking me if the sandwich segment is back.
and I haven't known what to tell them.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm thinking the sandwich segment is back.
Get this man a sandwich.
And a shirt from ghostfacerspodcaststore.com. Also, we talked about the Patreon for this other podcast, but let's talk about the actual podcast itself. We have a whole other feed that you can subscribe to called the Dr. DC Podcast.
That's right. We talk about DC Comics. We talk about the Justice League and comic books and movies and all sorts of fun stuff over there. We answer listener questions. If you like how we talk about monsters and lore and storytelling over here, you might like how we talk about that stuff over there.
Absolutely. That is it for this week. Say goodbye, bitch.
Jerk.
This was a Brain Freeze podcast.